good day to you. Welcome to RFD, Illinois. I'm Rita Frazier.
I'm DeLoss Yankee. Hello there.
Hello. You know, we often talk about Dale Dirkholz. You know, he's like, known throughout the nation as an analyst. Mm-hmm. How good is he? Well, he pegged these weekly crop numbers almost down to a T.
Oh, yeah?
Wheat condition, corn planting, soybean. He knows what's up.
He knows what's going on.
He seems to know what's... And yesterday he wore a pink shirt.
How about that?
So my tweet was, real analysts wear pink.
He's a sharp one.
He is.
He's a wealth of information.
So crop numbers and much more to come.
I talked to several folks. So we were at a pollinator event on the state fairgrounds.
Yes.
Talking to people in, Champaign County, Knox County, and points between, and other points who said, well, a couple more days like that, sunshine and wind blowing, where they could really start to see more activity, but also saw a lot of purple. So still have some winter annuals, have other weeds, have fertilizer, and big to-do list here getting into late April. Yes, so we'll cover Crop Watcher report. That was from Fayette County this week. Same kind of scenarios you were talking about. And you'll have, really, it was the who's who in state agriculture there in Springfield yesterday. Yeah, great turnout. So there's a 20-year plan to build the monarch and other pollinator populations to get them to thrive. And the kickoff to that plan and the announcement of that plan was made yesterday. So we'll have plenty from there.
Can't wait to hear more. And, of course, markets and weather from Jim Taylor. We'll be back with more RFD Illinois.
With this week's edition of Farm Week, the early word, here's DeLoss Yankee.
While persistent rainfall continued to keep farmers from planting crops, weather forecasters see a warmer, drier stretch beginning the end of April. Find out more about potential weather changes in the latest edition of Farm Week. German farmers share the same consumer education issues Illinois farmers face. That was one of many lessons learned by a group of Illinois farmers who participated in the Transatlantic Agricultural Dialogue Tour to Germany. Turn to Farm Week to learn more about their experience.
No other Farm Weekly in Illinois has as many people on the ground in Illinois covering Illinois agriculture for you with the depth on key issues to help keep you profitable. And don't forget, you can get daily or even more frequent updates online anytime at farmweeknow.com.
Country Financial has been protecting farms like yours for over 90 years. And while our values remain the same, our technology has advanced alongside you. Our free Country Crop mobile app lets you conveniently view policy documents and file or track a claim. And we've made sure our tools work with your precision ag technology, allowing you to easily upload your planting and harvesting data. Learn more at countrycrop.com. Policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois. This entity is an equal opportunity provider.
We're back here on RFD, Illinois. I'm Rita Frazier. Let's head to the fields for a report from Kent Casson, fellow farm broadcaster and farmer from the Ford Livingston County area.
Another week of planting preparations, intermittent rain showers, and no field activity across our farms. But we hope that will change soon. What started as light rain on Thursday morning persisted throughout a good chunk of the day, with no super heavy rainfall amounts, anywhere from 0.4 to a half inch. We aren't the only ones who have been itching to get out there. I recently spoke with the Raiders, who farm near Normal, McLean County. Aaron Raider is also hoping for a decent weather window in the near future.
As fast as everybody can plant anymore with the equipment these days, it doesn't take a whole lot of time to get the crop in the ground. So hopefully we can get a couple weeks of nice weather here and get finished up from where we left off in the fall and get the crop in the ground. Always the weather's the wild card, but we had a dry fall last year, and so we weren't expecting, wet and cold spring this year, and it's kind of pushed us back.
Thanks to McLean County farmer Aaron Raider for talking to me. Reporting from southeastern Livingston County for the RFD Radio Network, I'm Kent Casson.
Thanks, Kent. And for this week's Farm Week Crop Watcher report, we checked in with David Shaw, Fayette County.
had a nice weekend. Our soils are still pretty saturated here. We just need several days like yesterday to dry things out. We've had pretty close to 4 inches of rain here since the 1st of April.
So have you been able to do anything?
No, there's been just a little bit of burned down spraying going on. Not very much, so it's been hit and miss, and that's basically been it.
Tell us about where your farm lies in the county.
I'm actually in the southeast part of Fayette County. I'm pretty close to the Marion County line. I'm about 15 miles southeast of Vandalia.
So have your neighbors been able to do anything yet either, or are you kind of all in the same boat, so to speak?
No, there's been, in the northern part of the county, there's been a little bit of work done before the last rain event. I know they've put on just a little bit of anhydrous and done a little bit of tillage work up there, and there might be just a little bit of corn planted. I know they got more rain in the northern part of the county this last go-around than what we had, but there's just not too much done in the county, period.
What's on your agenda? What's your workload look like this week?
Well, I'm thinking that if we can hold on to the sunshine and get a few days of wind, that maybe things will break loose just a little bit and maybe get some spraying done, if nothing else. But like I said, if we can get a few days sunshine, maybe we'll be able to pick some fields and go. Is
there anything that you're going to be doing different this year compared to last year after what we went through?
No, basically not. Probably just pretty well stick to the plan. What I always do. There is going to have to be a little dirt work done. We had some rains back in February where we still had some frost in the ground and got some heavier rains, and it made some gullies in some of the fields. So there is going to have to be a little dirt work done.
Farm Week crop watcher David Shaw, Fayette County. Read more in your weekly edition of Farm Week. Meanwhile, the crop progress numbers out from USDA. On the national numbers, they tell us that as of the weekend, 6% of the nation's corn crop had been planted compared to a year ago, 5%. And the soybeans, 1% of the beans in the ground. That compares to 2% a year ago. For the state of Illinois, on the corn planted acres were 1% complete as of the weekend. That compares to 3% a year ago, and our 5-year average on corn planting is 17%. Meanwhile, the winter wheat crop here in Illinois, we're at 55% in good to excellent condition. DeLoss is back with more highlights from Earth Day activities at the State Fairgrounds. This is RFD Illinois.
Are you preparing for planting season? We don't mean to be a pest, but here's a few things you need to know before you grow. The Illinois Department of Agriculture now requires special local needs labels, including new restrictions for the use of herbicide dicamba on top of soybeans in Illinois for the 2019 growing season. Did you know these additional restrictions go beyond federally approved labels? Remember, the label is the law. To find out more about these Illinois-specific labels, visit ilfb.org/label-aware.
Attention corn farmers. Your corn checkoff dollars are working with the U.S. Meat Export Federation to grow red meat export volumes. Because when we're exporting beef, we're also exporting corn. The beef industry consumes 28% of all corn fed to livestock, plus additional corn in the form of DDGs, a co-product of ethanol production. Now that's what we call working an angle. Your checkoff is working corn from all angles. Because of the Illinois Corn Marketing Board, your profitability is our bottom line. A message from the Illinois Corn Checkoff.
Now the easy and fastest way to order ag parts is with Sloan Express, America's ag parts supplier. Simply put, Sloan Express is a lower price alternative to original manufacturer parts. And now, free shipping on orders over $195 right to your front door. Plus, we offer free shipping to 20 Sloan locations. Enter code RFD10 at checkout and save 10%. Get your free catalog online at sloanex.com or call today.
Welcome back to RFD Illinois. I'm DeLoss Yonke. Great day yesterday, an Earth Day celebration, and also the announcement of the Illinois Monarch Project Agriculture Action Plan. More than a dozen Illinois ag organizations have collaborated over the last couple of years to develop the plan. It's a 20-year plan to conserve and strengthen populations of monarch butterflies and other pollinators. A pollinator habitat groundbreaking ceremony was held yesterday on Earth Day at the fairgrounds, one of many habitats that will be developed on the grounds in the next couple of years. Lindsay Ramsey, Associate Director of Natural and Environmental Resources at Illinois Farm Bureau, says agriculture will play a key role in helping pollinators to thrive.
We wanted to show what farmers are doing for pollinators, but we also needed to identify some places where we can improve what we're doing and articulate that. Very symbolic. We wanted to show every day is Earth Day on the farm, and farmers in the ag industry have to take care of our natural resources. And so we're unveiling our plan. We are standing in front of some new pollinator habitat here at the fairgrounds. The Department of Ag is going to be putting in some more pollinator plots across the fairground over the next 3 years, so they're kicking that off today as well.
Illinois Ag Director John Sullivan, also a West Central Illinois farmer, says anyone can build their own pollinator habitat at a minimum of time and expense.
You don't have to plant acres of it. If you can do some plots even in your own yard or around a farm, it all adds up in the end. And so, what we're trying to do is increase the monarch butterfly population, which really relies on the milkweed. And, of course, the milkweed is a big part of of the plants that are in our plots here today.
Sullivan says agriculture's efforts toward pollinators represents a major shift to previous approaches. Back in the day, farmers were pulling milkweeds. Now we're actually planting them.
We've come to learn over the years how important it is to the butterfly, and so now we're trying to be proactive. So we're actually turning the corner, and we're identifying that this is necessary. It's a part of the ecology of nature, and so this is just a way to educate and encourage people that you can do either a little or a lot, but every little bit helps.
Colleen Callahan, director of the Illinois Department of Natural Resources, hopes to have a pollinator habitat in her corner of the state fairgrounds and says milkweeds can be managed properly to help farmers where before they might have been considered a nuisance.
We used to look at milkweeds as just that, a weed, but if they are purposefully planted, then they're not necessarily a weed anymore, but they still have all those features and attributes of their resiliency because weeds survive. And isn't it interesting when we talk about how milkweeds are survivalists in a way because we used to try to get rid of them? Now we have a survivalist that is helping the monarch butterfly survive. It's a symbiotic relationship.
Don Duvall, chairman of Illinois Corn Marketing Board, has firsthand experience in White County of building pollinator habitat that helps his land as well as land from other farmers in his area.
I have a filter strip, a conservation reserve program filter strip along a ditch bank, and I thought, well, that's a perfect place for milkweed, so works very well there. It's not in the crop production area of the field, so it's a win-win for both of us. No maintenance whatsoever, and they have been very successful. Actually, I participated in a program, I think it was called Living Acres, and BASF provided the milkweeds for me to plant. I planted them along the ditch bank. They are amazingly resilient. They come back every year, and it's been quite effective.
Steve Steerwalt is president of the Association of Illinois Soil and Water Conservation Districts. He's in Champaign County and says he's become more strategic with aiding pollinators.
You might have had a few flowering plants out there, but they were seasonal. And so what we've learned along the way is that, you need that next pollinator coming along. If you just have a monoculture of one particular species, they'll bloom, but then they're done. And so the idea now is to try to have a multitude of species that are pollinated, that have either blooming and have pollen available for these pollinators all year long.
And Chuck Spencer, Growmark's Executive Director of Government Relations, says examples of pollinator habitats can be found throughout the cooperative's Retail Fuels Division.
We have examples of fuel stations for automobiles and vehicles. We have member companies, FS member companies, that have installed pollinator plots. They call them refueling stations. So we have the pollinator plot signage out, and people will have the look if they get out and walk around, because a lot of times you do, for keep maintaining alertness in your vehicles and minimize your distracted driving. You can take a look at the pollinator plots around our fueling stations and then get an idea of what it would look like and how you could grow one as well.
The state has set a goal of adding 150 million additional milkweed stems along with appropriate nectar sources by the year 2038. More information about the Illinois Monarch Project Agriculture Action Plan can be found at ilagformonarchs.org. You can read Case Shipman's article as well at farmweeknow.com. Also, yesterday on the Springfield Fairgrounds, a plaque ceremony for John Block, Illinois Director of Ag from 77 to 81, for whom the Ag building is named in Springfield. Says he has a lot of memories when he returns to the fairgrounds.
The farm in Knoxville and Knox County's home, but Springfield's also home. The Illinois State Fair is home. I used to show Duroc pigs down here when I was just a kid. So I'm honored to be recognized, and I appreciate it so much.
John Block, the farm is in southeastern Knox County, right now nitrogen and spring, but if conditions can continue for a while, maybe some corn planting by the end of the week. We'll see. In fact, let's break right now for markets and weather.
With the RFD Ag Market Summary for this Tuesday morning, I'm Jim Taylor. Corn, beans, and wheat all ending Monday lower. May corn closing at 354 3/4, down 3 3/4. July corn down 3 3/4, 363 1/2, and September corn 371, down 4. May beans closing at 877, down 3 1/2. July beans down 3 1/2, 890 3/4. August beans 896 1/4, down 3 3/4. May wheat closing at 435 3/4, down 8 1/2. July wheat down 6 1/2, 441 3/4. And September wheat down 6, 448 3/4. May bean meal 302.50, down 70 cents. May bean oil down a dime, 28.70. In current electronic overnight trading, May corn is down 2, July corn down 2, September corn 369 1/4, down 1 3/4. May beans in the overnight down 1/2, July beans down 3/4, August beans down 1/2, 895 3/4. May wheat in the overnight down 1 1/4, July wheat down a penny, and September wheat down 3/4, 448. In the outside markets, June Brent crude oil up 207 a barrel, 74.04. The June gold contract 1275.40. That's down 220. In the livestock market from Monday, May lean hogs 89.02, down 117. June lean hogs down 297, 93.77. April live cattle 128.50, down 2 pennies. June live cattle down $1.10, 121.57. May feeders 150.80. That's down 72 cents. Illinois direct barrels and gilts trading $4 higher on Monday at 51 to 60. That's the RFD Ag Market Summary for this Tuesday morning. I'm Jim Taylor, the RFD Radio Network.
Good morning, this is Dan Hicks from Freeze Notice Weather with the early morning ag weather update on the RFD Radio Network for this Tuesday morning. A large part of the Midwest had above normal high temperatures on Monday, with readings in the upper 60s, 70s, and low 80s fairly common. Cooler air moved into some western areas of the Midwest as this latest weather system has been pushing eastward across the region. It did produce a few scattered showers and thunderstorms across Illinois the past 24 hours. Greatest coverage of rain has occurred in the northern and central part of the state. Most amounts were not heavy, though. This first system will move quickly eastward away from the region this morning, with any scattered showers and thundershowers coming to an end. A couple of additional weather systems will affect the state through the end of the week. The second system, now developing over the southern plains, will bring some rain and thunderstorms to central and southern Illinois by tonight into Wednesday night. Then another system will bring some showers to the state later in the week. Greatest additional rainfall amounts through the end of the week will tend to fall in the southern part of the state, with some 1/2 to 1 inch rainfall forecast for mid to late this week. Lighter additional rainfall is expected in the northern part of the state for mid to late this week. Temperatures will be a few degrees cooler across most of the area today, with highs mostly in the upper 50s, 60s, and low 70s. Generally mild conditions are expected through the end of the week, though, with temperatures not varying too far from normal in most of the Midwest through Thursday and Friday. Overall, a fairly active weather pattern is forecast this weekend into next week, but there will be a few dry days between each system. The next chance for some showers and thunderstorms will likely move across Illinois over the weekend. Right now, it looks like greatest rainfall from that system will tend to be in the northern part of the state. 6 to 10 day rainfall amounts should average near to above normal across most of the Midwest, with some below normal amounts for the 6 to 10 day period in the Ohio Valley. I'm Dan Hicks from Freeze Notice Weather.
Spring is here and things are buzzing. Farmers and pollinators are working together to help feed us. In fact, 1 out of every 3 bites of food we eat exists because of bees, butterflies, birds, bats, and other insects. Pollinators are important to our food system and the ecosystem overall. That's why farmers and those in the agricultural industry are working together to protect pollinators through education, research, and conservation efforts. Visit ILAGformonarchs.org to join the buzz. That's ILAGformonarchs.org.
Hello, I'm Trooper Teal at the Illinois State Police. April is Distracted Driving Awareness Month. According to the most recent report from the National Highway Safety Administration, 394,450 people were either injured or killed in distracted driving-related incidents. Avoid distractions while driving, such as talking on your cell phone, texting, eating, and even adjusting the radio. Wear your seatbelt and remember to just drive.
A message from the Illinois Farm Bureau and the Illinois State Police.
Warmer weather means a longer honey-do list. Your county farm bureau can help you stay on top of your project list and save you money along the way. A Farm Bureau membership offer includes discounts on equipment and supplies from Grainger, plus free shipping on all standard Grainger products. Browse thousands of items from landscaping equipment to power tools. Anything you need to get the job done, Grainger has it. Not a Farm Bureau member? Call us at 309-557-2689. Or visit Illinois Farm Bureau online and join today.
Farm Week and FarmWeekNow.com journalist Dina Stroish connects rural routes for you. From the Farm Bill to crop insurance to GMO labeling, her expertise is apparent in the stories she reports. Here's a bit about her rural roots.
I get to meet interesting people and share their stories, and I get paid to do it. I cover ag policy and really enjoy keeping the farming community updated on these important issues.
Be it routes or roots, RFD Radio, FarmWeekNow.com, and Farm Week keep you connected.
That is all the time we have for this edition of RFD Illinois. Let's salute a town.
Hey, while we're at it, let's salute Highland.
Yes, the home of Claire Geiger, who has now, after 4 years at Nokomis FFA, come back home. She'll be starting the fall school year, as the 3rd FFA advisor at Highland. So, congratulations, Claire.
In Madison County. Sponsored by Country. Your farm is your family's legacy and part of our hometown heritage. While you work sun up to sundown to get the job done, we're here protecting the things you love every step of the way. Country Financial. Learn more at countrycrop.com.
For Jim Taylor, I'm Rita Frazier.
I'm DeLoss Yankee. Have a great day.